Hi everybody, Cohh here with a quick, very early thoughts video on Dune Awakening. Dune Awakening is a new survival game based in the Dune universe from Funcom. Now, I personally have a lot of experience with Funcom since the Anarchy Online days. I have a good idea about what kind of company they are and what to expect from them. So my initial plan was to let the game come out, probably let it have a little bit of cook time, as Funcom definitely generally needs a little bit of cook time, and then give it a try and see if I like it. I did like Conan Exiles, so I assumed that Dune Awakening was going to be like Conan Exiles, but in the Dune universe. So I was expecting a relatively basic survival game with some Dune wrapping paper around it to make me feel like I'm in that universe. What I didn't expect, now that I played it for a few hours, is my damn phone making so much noise after I thought it was working. What I didn't expect is how much Dune is in this game. And as a fan of the Dune series, I really appreciate how much there is. One of the first NPCs I talked to just had a whole bunch of stuff to say that had nothing to do with what I was doing, except it was Dune lore, which I really liked. Everywhere I go, there's been like voice acted little dialogue stuff. We're currently in kind of a side mission area, or maybe a main mission area, that is super immersive, or like in a lab. The short of it is that in Conan Exiles, I really felt like the Conan part was kind of a side thing. Like it was pretty much just a regular survival game in a Conan shell. But Dune Awakening does feel like a Dune game. And as a Dune fan, it feels a lot more like that than I was expecting. And so far, I've been really enjoying it. I hope that it kind of stays this interesting throughout the whole thing. I've also done a little bit of building. The building felt good. Also had some great QOL features, like you can put stuff in a crafted container, and then whenever you go to use your crafting stations, the crafted container stuff is already in the stations. Super handy. Same with some building components as well. So overall, definitely surpassed my expectations. Now, getting to the last part of this, now that I've spoken about all the glowing parts, we got to talk about the other parts. This is a traditional janky Funcom game. What that means is the combat a little rough around the edges. Would not call it toiga toy. It is definitely a little loose. Animations don't really connect. Melee is very kind of rigid and target locky. It is not a fine-tuned combat experience. It is a workable combat experience. And for people like me that can focus on, the stuff they like the lore, the building, the quests and stuff like that, I think it'll be fine. But I'm not quite sure, and I haven't been to it yet, but I'm not really quite sure how the game's kind of big shining features, this kind of large scale PvP stuff, I'm not really sure how it's going to feel in this system. I'm looking forward to trying it, but I have to admit, so far I feel like it might be more frustrating than fun. Especially if you get to the point where you're like invested in it and then you have like a dumb death because like of an animation not lining up or something. Like that's a quick way to get me personally to stop playing a PvP game. But we're going to see. And I will say that the parts that I played so far, which I've done no PvP yet, have been enjoyable and have been something that I can kind of like dive into. And as a Dune fan, I've read the first couple books, loved them. It is cool being in this world. Final thing, by the way, before we go, do want to let you know, this is an alternate universe Dune. So in this universe, the big man himself, Paul, was not born. So this is a different take. It's the same players, but in a different situation. We're not really sure if this is like a multiverse thing or if this is somehow going to like tie back to the movies and stuff. We don't know, but does add an interesting perspective to it. So don't go in expecting to, be riding sandworms with Paul. That's not quite what we're doing yet right now. So that's where we are right now. Again, very early thoughts. I've only played it for a few hours. I am planning on diving in more this weekend, since apparently we're in a weekend test right now that I got an access to. And if I have any more to add, I might, or this may be it until we check it out later. So that's about it. Thanks for watching.